Hey guys, so this is my 2004 F-150 FX4, and I did a Raptor conversion, body and suspension, and I'm going to do a walk around and kind of just go over everything and I guess go over costs, little things I had to run into that I had to kind of mess with and figure out a way to make it work, and maybe go over some of the questions you guys had in the comments on the last video. And yeah, so we'll take you around the whole truck, kind of break down the cost, break down what all I had to do and what I still want to do, and we'll go ahead and show you all that. Alright, so here she is in all her glory. It's pretty damn neat how well the OEM stuff just kind of bolts onto these older trucks. So basically, we'll kind of walk around real quick. So when I did the body transformation, I did fenders, hood, grille, headlights. I didn't use the front bumper from a stock Raptor. You have to change the brackets and everything, and I figured it would end up costing the same amount, if not, well, it probably would have been a little bit cheaper, but so I ended up just getting a tube bumper made by the guy that I bought all the OEM stuff off of, Evil Manufacturing in La Habra. But it's a cut frame bumper, so you have a lot of approach angle, like a ton of approach angle. So they actually have to cut back part of the frame about 6 inches, angle it, and then they do this custom front bumper. The OEM Raptor bumpers won't work with the 04 to 08s. I'm not 100% sure if they'll work on the 9s and up. I think that they will because the frame's the same. But on these trucks, the frame horns right over here are different, and those right there, so they just don't work. You'll have to like modify the OEM Raptor bumper to make it work, and I figured after trying to modify all that crap, I might as well just buy an aftermarket one. The skid plates don't work either. You might be able to make it work. I didn't really try. I know that was in one of the comments someone was asking, and I didn't bother with it. I know that they are a lot different, the frames, so I don't think that it'll work, but you can probably make it work. McNeil Off-Road Fiberglass, they actually make conversions for our trucks, the 04 to 08s, and I think they also work on the 09 to 14s. I think that those send you slightly different pieces for what you need. And you can kind of get it through them. I decided not to go that route. I wanted the OEM, and I didn't want to have to bother painting. I was lucky enough to find a guy that was doing all fiberglass and was gonna trophy truck his truck out, and so I just took his OEM stuff. So like in some of the other videos I mentioned, the full bed just kind of pulls up and you can plop the other one right in. That's actually an 04 to 08 bumper right there. I didn't have to modify it at all. It fit with the 09, or I guess the 10 plus, the 10 to 14 Raptor bed. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't have a Ford badge. There you go. And that's actually a platinum tailgate. I couldn't find a black tailgate besides the platinum one, so I got the platinum one, ripped the platinum badge off, and just kind of painted it. Actually, it's plasti dipped the trim. So for things that I've done, I got all the OEM shocks from a Ford Raptor all rebuilt. I have 33-inch tires. I can easily fit 35s. I'll probably do that next. Get some new wheels too. The back, I'm running a 1.75-inch spacer. You can kind of see that down there. And that's just to kind of stick the wheel out a little further and get it lined up a little bit better with that front tire up there. Otherwise, it sits a little too far in. You can do an axle swap on these trucks. With a Ford Raptor axle, it's about 2 inches wider, and that'll fix that issue. I just haven't found one for a good price and haven't wanted to deal with it just yet. And these spacers are hub centric and they're a lot nicer than they used to be. So a lot of people just kind of run spacers from what I've been able to tell. Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and pop the hood so you guys can kind of see what was going on with the grill and how I made that work. So go ahead. And you can kind of see the inside. It's just all OEM FX4. Got some in and out in here. Just got the head unit on there, sunroof, all that jazz. Nothing really too special in here besides that. So when I did the conversion, a couple things with the hood latches, it's a little different. I need to mess with it a little bit more. So it doesn't fully, it pops, but it doesn't, like, you can see it kind of just still sits flush and everything. It doesn't really like pop up. So you kind of just got to pull on it, and then it kind of, you know, now you have like that space how it should normally be when you pop it. But so let me go ahead and pull this thing up real quick. It's gonna be a shitty video. All right, so now that I got it up, go ahead and show you guys kind of what I did in here. So the hood, it all bolts right up for the most part. You can kind of see on, let's see if we can get better lighting on this side. Normally this is supposed to be a screw here, but the rails don't come all the way down, so I didn't put one in here. But the other two line up right here and right up there, perfect. Then you have enough, like, you have like the valance that's attached here, and you know, it just like, you have enough things attached to where it doesn't necessarily move. You also have one down at the bottom and one at the door jamb area right in here. I haven't had any issues with it moving. I actually hit a mattress the other day that someone kicked up and it was flying. It hit square on the front of this thing and didn't do anything to anything, so it didn't move. So these things are solid. They don't shake at all. Especially with the OEM stuff, since it's heavy. You might, I'm sure McNeil or Fiberworks or whoever also makes the body conversion maybe has something a little bit different set up. And so you'll get to utilize that extra screw up here, but normally there's 3. I got a cold air intake. Muffler is, right now I'm running a muffler. It's just straight piped. I just took the muffler off the OEM. I have one, just haven't put it on. So the hoods are actually a little bit different. Normally on the Raptors, let me just stay on this side because of the shadowing. So normally on the Raptors, this little piece where that hooks into for the hood is actually down on the side here. So if you look, you actually have a pretty nasty angle right there, and when you try to close the hood with those attached, it won't close because it gets caught right here. So eventually I'll drill a hole, get a second little thing. I just need to figure out what size millimeter those little like round heads are, and I'll flip it to this side, and that way it can close. But for right now, I just pop it off and kind of just leave it hanging when I close it. Headlights, who was it? I think it's McNeil, since they make the full Raptor conversion. So I gave him a call and asked if I can just buy the headlight and valance pieces that hold them onto like the OEM conversion. So they sent me, like, I think it's like this little metal piece here. There's another metal piece right here, little L-shaped brackets, and this tube down here that runs right here across the valance, and then it has a little tab so that you can mount this, your hood lever, and then it comes all the way across and comes over here and mounts against the wall back there. And that's just to give your valance some support so it doesn't move around. And with the 2 bumper that I have, it supports it quite a bit too. Headlights, you actually have to kind of drill out an area. I think the lighting is going to be too bad to really show in this video. Probably should have parked the truck a little different. But you'll see when you're trying to put the headlights in there, where the actual bulb is for these bigger units. You actually have to drill out part of the radiator frame. I guess the core support. I don't know if you can see it down here. Right back there, you can kind of see where I made those cuts. Right, let's see if I can get my finger in there. Right there. And you can kind of see like the one cut there. It's just like a big old C cut, maybe about 2 inches by 2 inches. I just use an angle drill, and that's just so you can get that light bulb doesn't hit the core support. Normally there's like metal right down in here, and that light bulb wasn't able to fit, so I just had to cut that out. And you can kind of like eyeball it and see. But yeah, so you had that, you had to cut that, you had to get the little L-shaped brackets here. Here's one of them, like this little metal piece right here, and it's just so you can mount the lights. I actually zip tied it before I got those because McNeil took forever to get them to me, and it worked. So there's there's ways around it. You'll just have to kind of mess with it and see how you want to do it. I wanted to make sure it was nice and sturdy, so I paid for it. So to go around the truck and kind of give you guys an idea on how much I paid for everything, I got really lucky with the cost of all the cosmetic stuff. So like the hood, the fenders, the bed, the grill, and what else did I get with that? I got the fenders, the hood, the grill, the tail lights, and the full bed. The Raptor gas filler nozzle, because you actually have to have a longer one. You can kind of modify the normal one, but because these bed sides stick out further, you're about 2 inches short. So you have to either get a little bit longer hose down under here, where that thing goes through, this thing right there. So you either need one of the, you just need to get the Raptor one. You can get it on like Ford's site, or you can, I think it's like $100, or you can just kind of modify your own. But I think for everything on that, I paid $2,200 for. So I got really, really lucky with that, because that's normally the price that Raymeal pays, or what's what I'm looking for, charges for their fiberglass kit, and that's unpainted. So I got really lucky with that. I don't have to pay for painting. Headlights were about $100, so $2,300. The suspension I paid, I think $1,000 for the front, and then an extra $100 for the rear shocks. Yeah, so we got like $2,200 for the body, $1,100 for the suspension, so we're at like $3,300. Front bumper cost me $1,000 or $1,100, so 40. What are we at? 43, 44. Again, you don't really need to go that option. I wanted to go that option just because of what I use my truck for, off-roading, and just I like the way it looks and everything. And I figured trying to make the stock one work. First, you're paying like $300, $400 for a stock bumper. Then, you know, you're gonna have to take it to a fab shop, or if you can do it yourself, that's cool too. But you're still looking at like $500. I'd rather just spend the extra money and have like a nice custom built bumper. So we got that going. So I mean, I'm right around 4,300. Like I'd expect to spend around $5,000 if you're gonna do the conversion. If you got to do paint, maybe more, maybe like $6,000. The tailgate was $300. The guy didn't have the tailgate that I got the stuff with, so yeah, like 30 or 48, I think I'm around. I still got to do gears. I got to do wheels and tires. I have probably another $4,000 I can spend on the truck, but you got, just to give you guys an idea on like what the cost was time wise on how everything went together. I think doing the body conversion, the bed only took like an hour to swap it out. Luckily we have a forklift at my work, and I had a couple guys who knew what they were doing, and so we were able to do it real quick. I'd expect a little bit longer. You don't know exactly what you're doing. You're kind of just messing with it. Doing the wiring and everything for the taillights, you gotta tap into the existing lights, because these trucks only have one light, one I guess tail light, and the new ones have the two. If you're doing it on 09 to 14, you don't have to worry about that. It should be the same. You maybe just want to tap in for that corner marker on the bottom corners. You can kind of just test and figure out which one controls the blinker, like the power to the blinker, and which one controls the light. Same with the front. You kind of just have to mess around. All the amber lighting, like the little accent lighting, I just have running to my corner markers, and so whenever I turn my lights on, the corner markers come on. They all come on. They don't blink or anything because I'm not hooked up to the blinker. You can kind of see I ran the wiring right here, just kind of half-assed it. Right there, the red and black wire. Ran it up into the hood, underneath the little whatever the thing is. I don't know, it's insulation. Comes out right there, runs across, and then just kind of taps it all in. Kind of half-assed, kind of just did it. I'll probably go back and I don't know, wrap it with some electrical tape or something. But yeah, and then I've done some other stuff to the truck, nothing mostly maintenance. I did the timing chain, high flow oil pump. All in all, I'd say with that was timing chain's a big one. If you guys are gonna buy this truck, like an 04 to 08, make sure that if it has anywhere near 100,000 miles, that guy's done timing chain and phasers and if you're gonna do it, make sure they replace it with a high flow oil pump. These trucks are notorious for being having low oil pressure and dry starts, and it's really bad, and the high flow oil pump will fix that. But yeah, so other than that, I mean, that's pretty much the truck. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I don't remember most of the comments. I'm filming this damn thing on my phone, but yeah, it came out way easier and way cleaner than I thought. Suspension, I have the video on suspension. It actually took a lot longer to do the suspension than it was the body, surprisingly. There's a lot more little things you have to do with the suspension to make it work on the 04 to 08. And you can see that in my video my first video that I ever post has that on there. But yeah, the body was pretty easy. Overall, like the whole thing in itself isn't that difficult. It's more along the lines of basically just finding all the parts and making it work and making it just making it all to come together and having the time to do it. But yeah, love the thing. I'm extremely happy with how it turned out.